But I want to take you back to Australia. I know
Yeah.
it was quite emotional for you when you talked about your life on the streets.
Yeah.
But you talked about you went straight for ice,
Yes.
methamphetamine.
Yeah.
And that was back, way back. I think that was a drug that was not well known here in Fiji. Now, why were you drawn towards ice,
Yeah.
and what did it do to you?
Okay, so 1987 is when I left Fiji, right? So when I left Fiji, that was in the late 80s, early 90s. When I was on the streets 3 years, so majority King's Cross. I know some people know what King's Cross was all about in the late 80s or 90s even. That was the Australia capital of prostitution and drugs, where what sort of hard drugs you might, you want to find, that's where you find it. So that's, for me, marijuana, I tasted, man, that relaxed. I didn't want anything to relax me. I needed to be on the go constantly. I think because of all the hurts and the wounds that I have, I needed something that was so hardcore to numb it. Yeah. And I didn't care when I was on the meth. I didn't care what I did to myself or what I did to others.
Nothing mattered.
Nothing mattered. Yeah. If I see someone that's wearing, something that I want, I'll just go up and knock them. Like you roll them, literally, and that's how you survive on the street.
And if you didn't take it?
If I didn't, I wanted it.
But what if you couldn't get it?
I get it for somebody else. Yeah. And that was 3 years of running the streets, and you do things. You steal, you roll people
You hurt
for whatever.
people?
Yeah.
They say it's very addictive, highly addictive. That some people, when they take meth, or normally what people call ice, or we'll go to other names on the streets that we discovered as we talked about it, it's very hard for you to leave without support. So you talked about support, and we are currently talking about you. How hard was it for you to leave?
And you know what? It takes an addict 4 to 7 times to actually be able to walk away from it. Yeah. For me, right in the middle of it, I was addicted to it. I was used to it. That was like my everyday thing. And I think what it was, you get to a point where your willpower jumps in and saying, you know what, enough is enough. You need to straighten up. And for anything, it was my child. When I met the person that took me off the street, helped me escape, he reminded me of what a family was. That was something that I needed. And I thought the drug was the family for me. The young people that hung with me. Because you know what? I didn't just wake up and I wanted to take drugs. Heck no. Things drove me to that. There was a sense of belonging. I needed that sense of belonging. I found that first in the streets. But then, I knew that I wouldn't survive another 2 months if I stayed on the streets. When I met him, he shared, he gave me the warmth that I was looking for. He gave me the love that I wanted. And I didn't get it from my parents. And I didn't know what love was in a relationship, let alone from anybody else. So with him, literally, the constant support that I got from him and his family, my child, he was my blessing. Yeah. Because I knew then, if I can give the love that I wanted to my child, that would be the answer for me. And everybody's different. They give up differently. And, everyone has different crossroads.